Time to take you through the starting grid of our first out of 5 finals. We turn to IAME Mini. This will take place over a duration of 11 minutes plus an additional lap. It is championship leader, or series leader, Louis Patinot on the front row, starting from pole position. He'll be joined by Toby Terhar on the front row. Matteo Campobello and Bruce Chirino will round out row number 2. Kian Tenhave and Milan de Ruyt round out row 3, ahead of Harry Chapman and Arthur Jassogne on row 4. Bram Konings and Artem Kikireshko round out the top 10, ahead of Gilles Duval, Axel Leenders, Martin Cekin-Gomis, Musabera Akbaba, Matt Cooper, Lucas van der Heere, Matthias Kavulea, Lasse van der Weide, Matthias Lambrecht and Germany's Noah Kim rounding out the top 20. Completing the grid will be Zia Dudon, Vincent Oliver Rizzo, Maxime Ball, William Sitio and Victor Radu. The drivers now head onto their official formation lap. And it looks like Maxime Ball in the 867 is not going to take any part in the final, unfortunately, and has just been confirmed as a non-starter for the race itself. So the red lights are on the starting gantry for our first of 5 finals. And it is going to be revs up. Full start has been called. So another formation lap. The green sign with the V in it, the chevron, yellow chevron, signals the full start to the drivers. They all signal that they have understood that they're going to go around for another lap. So out of the 25 starters, we will have 24 going to the tram lines. So this formation looks to be a lot cleaner this time. There will need to be a space where Maxime Ball was due to start on 23rd position. As we go, revs up, lights on, and the final for IAME Mini gets going right now. Toby Terhar has got Matteo Campobello to the inside. Kian Tenhave trying to make his way through as it's going to be 3 wide for second position. Terhar takes the advantage out of turn 1 into turn 2 and makes the move stick. Nice work there by the 844 from Fusion Benelux. Campobello, 2 is inside. Let's have Bruce Chirino. Harry Chapman trying to make his way a little bit further up the order. He's currently running in around 7th position as there's a bit of a elbows out possibility here. Going through into turn 7 and all right. Now that is going to be the 870 of Kian Tenhave on the Cali kart that has had a little bit of contact and has been spun out of turn 7, so yellow flags off of Marshall post 4. It was just 2 into 1 trying to go, and it might have been a little bit of contact with Milan de Ruyt. So after the opening lap, Louis Patinot continues to lead the way, and the 837's lead is going to be 0.5 of a second. Bruce Chirino, P3, Matteo Campobello, Bram Konings, Harry Chapman, Milan de Ruyt, Gilles Duval, Artem Kikireshko, Martin Cekin-Gomis round out your top 10. Bram Konings trying to get through on PJM's Matteo Campobello. There's Bruce Chirino in second. There goes the move by the 833 for the Eichmann's Grand Prix team. And his teammate leading the way. Milan de Ruyt also factoring into this as all. Matteo Campobello trying to get through on Konings on that particular occasion at turn 6, unable to make the move stick because they come through turn number 8. Harry Chapman makes a move through and gets past Milan de Ruyt in the meantime. Lots of juxtaposing from third backwards, or fourth backwards, and that train is being led by Bram Konings from Belgium in the 833. Now on to lap 3 we go. Bruce Chirino, fastest of anybody, 1 minute 3.241. As Harry Chapman tries the move on Matteo Campobello, switches to the inside. Can he get through? He's going to squeeze his way past at turn 3. Got the run coming out of 2. Did he make it by turn 5? Yes, he did. Good move there by the 832. Just kept patience and believed in himself. Meantime, Paternotte has lost the lead, but there's contact between him and Toby Terhaar. Oh no, Bram Konings! Oh, I hate to see that kind of thing. The cart flipped over and back onto its wheels. And right, medical team is on site straight away, folks, so we will keep our eyes away from what has just happened, but that was a nasty incident, I'm afraid. 7 minutes and 50 to go. And there are yellow flags at Marshall Post 4 off of turn 6. Medical team is with the driver presently. As Bruce Chirino continues to lead, has an advantage of about 1.5 seconds. Harry Chapman is currently in second, ahead of Milan de Ruyt, who's ahead of Matteo Campobello, and it looks like Gilles Duval is now up into P5. And Chirino just trying to run away with things at the moment with 7 minutes to go of this 11-minute plus an additional lap race. Six minutes and 50 still to go plus an additional lap, and Harry Chapman has got Milan de Ruyt closing in on him on the slipstream. 3 second time penalty going to the 897. That will be Noah Kim from Germany, as Milan de Ruyt now finally gets through on Harry Chapman at turn 1. The Brit doesn't bite it because he knows that there is time in this race still to go. Leaders go down the Europlan once again, and it could be the case that Milan de Ruyt might have the pace to close in and bring Harry Chapman along for the ride to close in on Bruce Chirino. And so the penalty has been confirmed for Noah Kim. 3 seconds for breaking the formation. And the black and white warning flag has gone to the 844 of Toby Terhaar. That's been shown on the Digi flag. A little bit further back, there's some battling going on between Mathis Lambrecht, Lossi van der Weide and Vincent Oliver Rizzo. That is for 15th on the road, and they were having a good little scrap with the two youngsters. But still, there is going to be a very intense battle. Louis Paternotte now behind Toby Terhaar, who he had an incident with, which saw, obviously, the after effects involving Bram Konings. I hope he's okay. I know the medical team is still with him, and he's up on his feet. I'm very, very happy to see that Bram Konings, after that nasty moment, is walking under his own steam. I'm sure that he will be taken to the local medical facilities to be checked out, make sure he's all right, and there he is. Probably more than just a bit shell-shocked, but I'm so glad to see Bram on his feet. That is the biggest thing that we can take home from this, that he's okay. Milan de Ruyt, however, has been closing in that gap to Bruce Chirino. Now, this gives an opportunity to the likes of Harry Chapman, Matteo Campobello, Gilles de Waal, who round out the top 5, because if de Ruyt and Chirino, who will now start to battle, de Ruyt's in the slipstream, going down the Europolan, de Ruyt to the inside at turn 6, and gets through. And even with slingshotting past Bruce Chirino, Milan de Ruyt just did the fastest opening sector of anybody in this race so far. And Chapman has just matched him on the middle sector. So I would not count the youngster from the United Kingdom in the 832, a privateer coming over from the United Kingdom, going into a different engine category, runs Water Swift in the United Kingdom. CKC champion, BKC Winter Cup champ. So I know you guys have raced with Darren Beavers. Shout out to that man, the Bambino Wizard, as I used to call him back in the days in 2018. As part of the, I was the championship commentator for that particular series that year. But now Chirino is waiting to pick his moment. De Ruyt's saying, no, just work with me. Let's get away from everybody, including Harry Chapman behind us. Well, I'm sure that Harry Chapman, who him and his dad Mike, they have been figuring things out on the fly here at Karting Genk. A new circuit to this youngster, but he has absolutely risen to the task and gone for it. Okay, we do have a penalty, and Louis Paternot has just been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision, and that would be the incident involving him, Toby Terhaar, and Bram Konings. Kian ten Hove and Bram Konings, unfortunately, are out of the race. And we still have 2¼ minutes plus an additional lap remaining on the counter. Milan de Ruyt started on the outside of row number 3 and continues to lead. They go down the back straightaway at the Europolan. Chirino trying to close in on via the slipstream. At the moment, that is not quite happening. But he is staying within striking distance of the 804. So it's the 2 Dutch drivers at the front of the field, followed by 1 from the United Kingdom. Then 2 Belgians rounding out the top 5. After that, the next nationality would be France with Martin Cekin-Gomis, who's made up 4 places from 13th at the start and now runs 9th ahead of Lucas van der Heerde in the 805. So 3 laps remaining in the IAME mini final. And Milan de Ruyt now has a 7/10 of a second advantage over Bruce Chirino. Matteo Campobello and Gilles de Waal are battling away over P4. Now Linus Stern coming out of turn 3 into turn 4 as we speak. And de Waal dives to the inside of 5. Through he goes, but Campobello keeps the speed to the outside, and de Waal went, oh, crikey, I didn't see you there. And instantly had to move left to cover off Campobello at that particular point. Moussa Akbaba has now moved up into 9th and has got past France's Martin Cekin-Gomis. Lucas van der Heerde now down outside of the top 10 as there's a side-by-side battle coming out of turn number 9 into turn 10. So that is going to involve Paternot, Terhaar, Jasson, and I think Leenders. Yes, Leenders at the back of that train. So we're on to our penultimate lap of the race, and Milan de Ruyt is comfortably leading by nearly 9/10 of a second. And there is the trio of Jasson, Terhaar and Leenders. And that is 6th to 8th effectively, so that means on the road. Oh, well, nice little cheeky move on Jasson by Terhaar to get through. unfortunately for Matthias Kavulea from Germany, he's dropped all the way down to 22nd. The timer has hit 0. And one more lap remains. Milan de Ruyt, at this moment in time, running 10th in the championship side of things. That'll put him on 211 points, and that will shoot him up the table a little bit to help him out somewhat. He comes through turn 6, turn 7, turn 8 for the final time. And he makes his way through into Cafe Corner. Milan de Ruyt has done a stellar job. Started from the outside of row 3, and the 8:04 from the Netherlands will come out of the final corner and win the IAME mini final for KCL Winter Series round 1 here at Genk. Bruce Chirino takes P2, Harry Chapman 3rd, Gilles Duval, Matteo Campoballo round out your overall top 5 in the final. Gilles Duval makes up 7 places, starting 11th, finishes P4. Toby Terhard takes 6th, even though Louis Pettenot would have been ahead of him on the road, as Pettenot gets demoted with a 5-second post-race penalty for causing a collision down to 13th. Terhard finishes ahead of Arthur Jassogne, Axel Leenders, Moussa Bera Akbaba and Martin Cekin Gomis, who round out the top 10. Matt Cooper, Lucas van der Heer, as there we see, Milan de Ruyt has got every single reason to celebrate with both hands off the wheels. Artem Kikireshko finishes 15th ahead of Lasse van der Weyden, Mathis Lambrecht, Noah Kim, William Sitio, Vincent Oliver Rizzo, Victor Adu and Matthias Kavulea rounding out the 22 finishers. I'm so happy to see Bram Konings conscious and on his feet and being attended to by our medical team. Just off of turn 8 after that nasty incident. He's classed at 23rd. Kian Tenhav, unfortunately, out on the opening lap after turn 8, and Maxime Ballon on starter, but Milan de Ruyt takes the win in the final here at round 1 in IAME Mini.